As a VP of sales, I really need to keep my hands on the pulse of the business at all times. And there's a few things that makes that really challenging. One of them is I've got data everywhere. I've got data in my ERP system. I've got data out of Salesforce or my CRM tool with my forecasts and opportunities or leads. I've got data in spreadsheets, things like my sales reps' goals and budgets. And pulling all this data together is very time consuming. It's usually something I do in the evenings or on the weekends, right? And one of the things that I want to do is pull it together on an automated basis because even when I do it today manually, I'm not even sure the numbers are right, if they're accurate. I think they are, they should be, but it's a very manual process. And I know Excel, even though it's extremely powerful, is very error prone. So what Halo does is it enables me to have a single pane of glass. When I log into Halo in the morning, I can look at my sales by region, by rep, by product line, all in a single pane of glass. I've got mine set up right here to be able to look by product line. I can see I'm about 9 million. How am I doing versus last year? I'm down. I can see what those trends look like. How am I doing versus my goal? So I've got my sales, my actuals out of ERP, my goal. I've got that spreadsheet that I've got all the sales reps budgets and goals in. I went ahead and automated the extraction of that so I can see what those trends are, so I can see those patterns and see if I'm going to be able to actually hit that goal. Overall, I'm short 8%, broken down by territory. I've got some very nice visual indicators letting me know where my greatest opportunities might exist. Now, I know I'm going to be traveling out on the East Coast next week. So what I want to do is really just get a little bit more laser focused on the East. So I'm going to slice that out. Okay, so the East is down 9.5%. Year over year, 7.4, 5 million in annual sales. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at where my opportunities exist. That's what I'm looking at here along the right hand side. This is a heat map of all my customers that are on the East Coast. What I want to do is spend my time and effort really where I can be able to move the needle, if you will. So what I can do is I can drill into these graphs. Here's my reps that are in the East Coast. I'm going to do some sales calls with Longstreet. So I'm going to slice out his information. All right, I'm starting to drill in and see where my problem child really is. He's down about 11.5%. So he's really bringing down the entire group, if you will. He's got a few customers. The way that the heat maps work is the size of the bubble that you're looking at here is the amount of revenue or the measure or the metric. In this case, it's year over year comparisons on how we're doing to goal. We're short. The bigger the size of the bubble, the more revenue, the deeper the shade of color, whether that be green or red, like in these cases, is really how close I am to goal, right? So I'm significantly off at McClellan and Sons. Eden Electric's a little better. Homemakers doing pretty good, right? So this gives me a good visual indicator for that. The next thing I want to do is see how my other reps are doing. So I'm going to switch my view. This is a breakdown of all my actuals broken down by sales office. I'm filtered on the US here. I can see my actuals, my budget out of Excel, my variances. That's consistent with the other report or view I was looking at a moment ago. But now I'm starting to bring in some forecast information. Two ways to be able to do that. One, I can use Excel where I might keep my forecast, CRM tool, which might be a forecast, or Halo actually enables me to do predictive analytics based off all the historical sales by rep, by customer, by region, and be able to do a predicted forecast amount as well. I can combine these for auto calculations to be able to see, am I going to meet my goal or not? In this one example by the US, even though I'm short 8% now, it looks like I might finish at about 190,000 over. But let's learn a little bit more. Let's drill into that. So as I start to drill into these different areas, I can sort by region, by rep. I might want to sort by one of these particular columns. Again, looking for any of my potential problem areas, right? Like JL Hooker. Let's go ahead and slice out his information. Each one of the panels now update to only show me JL Hooker's information. I can see that he's short 14%, and based on his forecast, he's not going to hit his goal. What can we do? So when I sliced out his information, this is a breakdown of all of his customers. Now, in our organization, I actually budget not only a number to the rep, but a number to the customer as well. So I can see where each one of these customers stands versus what we thought or had we had the ability to actually sell them. Being able to quickly identify these problem areas, see where those biggest variances are, and be able to take action on it. One of the things I might want to do is use Halo's built-in collaboration. So Halo has a built-in collaboration window that actually allows you to collaborate with everyone else that has access to this view. I can come in, I can talk to Amanda, who is my product and marketing manager, and say, let's run a new campaign for J for JL in the East. As soon as I do that, she's immediately notified. She gets an email, she gets an alert. She's going to be able to log in, see this information, and be able to respond to it. Now I have an ongoing communication thread of all the folks that are involved in these decisions that we're making, what the data was or looked like at the time that we made these decisions, and the actions that we actually took. Next, what I want to do is I want to look at our opportunities, and I want to work with Amanda and the marketing team to really understand what leads we have coming in, what our conversion rates are, what the pipeline looks like. Because I'm not only laser focused on what I'm going to close today, but I'm also worried about future quarters as well, right? How am I doing versus those future goals that I'm going to have at stake? So different layouts that you have here built into Halo. I've got a breakdown of my sales territory managers. I can see their win rate, current opportunities that's being pulled out of my CRM tool, any current leads for the time frame that I've given, what the estimated revenue is, and the conversion rate to that. Just different breakdowns or traditional pipeline or funnel, opportunity by status, by stage, and be able to see that. It's all very flexible, and with just a few clicks away, I can be able to gain insight to what I usually would have taken me hours of reports to be able to build. Some of the strategy planning sessions that I'm currently working on for our upcoming year is should we verticalize our reps? I've definitely seen some reps perform better in certain verticals, and they actually are able to secure higher margins. So what this is this is a breakdown of all my sales offices, and I've got a hierarchy that's already built for me. Country, I can drill into the sales office, to the rep, to the customer. What I really want to do is be able to see how each one of my reps are doing in these different particular verticals that I have. You can think of this heat map as a nice visual indication on where areas are not going that well, right? Graham, it doesn't look like he'll be running our department stores vertical anytime soon, while other areas like Longstreet's doing great and fantastic. I might consider for 2018 putting them in the home centers. So part of the flexibility that Halo allows us to have is not only to use the pre-existing reports that Halo offered as a good baseline so I didn't have to rebuild the wheel, but I can also come in to a library of pre-built reports that I have. I've got these reports that are built out for manufacturing, distribution, and retail. I've got good indication of how my inventory positions are. I've got manufacturing information. I've got financial information. The things that are relevant to my role as a VP of sales, I've got a library of different reports that I can use simply out of the box. But in this example, what I want to do is I want to build my own, but I don't want to have to go to an analyst or dump this data to Excel. Even though if I wanted to dump it to Excel, it's just a few clicks away. I could come here, take this report, dump it to Excel, to a PDF, XML file, etc. At this point, what I really want to do is just build my own report. So this is nice. I can see all my reps by vertical, but now I want to see how they're doing on our particular product lines. I just drag and drop this onto the screen, and based on my security access rights, it knows I'm the VP of sales, so it's going to allow me to see things like margin percentage, and some of those measures that you really do want to lock down and maybe not share with your entire workforce. In this example, I'm really looking at Jay Longstreet. I'm going to slice out his information. How well is he doing in all the different product categories? Discount outlets, not so good. While again, home centers seems to be a great fit for him and his team. Let's drill into that. And I have that ability to drill all the way through and do any type of data exploration that I want. Again, it's all just a couple clicks away, all drag and drop enabled.